Alright, here's some Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 2022 gameplay. Here I get sniped, headshotted, while turning on my capture card. This footage is from a couple of days ago, and this map is the reworked museum map that had been in the second beta weekend, but then had been removed because of legal issues, apparently because of its resemblance to a real-life museum. And I can't say with absolute certainty which aspects of the map have changed. It still seems to be set in a Spanish-speaking country just based on the signage and the audio. But if I had to guess, again, I'm not a Spanish speaker. I'm not an expert in the cultures of Spanish-speaking countries, but I feel like this map is set in Mexico or maybe Central America, somewhere else in Central America, maybe even South America. Whereas I think the original version of this map had been set in Spain. I can't really articulate why I think that is, but that's just my sense. And there's my first kill. We're up by 8. And there's another one. The core layout of the map is the same. Like the main features, distinguishing features, structures, and so on are the same as I remember from the beta, and I get sniped.
Enemy UAV active. Friendly care package on the way.
I think the perimeter of the map has changed. If I recall correctly, the original version and this spawn here, if you look behind you, it's like the tracks of a streetcar, whereas now it's like a bunch of emergency services vehicles. But as I've mentioned, the core main features of this map, like the courtyard in the middle with the fountain, the cafe, the central hallway with the stones that serve as like a step ladder. They're all there. Maybe that hedge is new. Team's got a Harrier. I'm trying to camp underneath the passageway, but I'm exposed. Get my flank shot up. A player named Whole Milk got killed by their own proxy mine, seems like. There's a heads-up kill. So the reason I shot my own proxy mine was because I thought the player was near its placement.
Moving here.
Oh! I tried to ambush that player by posting up behind the door, but they were wise to that.
The mission is half complete. Finish it.
I'm using light machine gun. I think it's an M249. The game calls it the Sakin 83 something. If I recall correctly, the scenery beyond the map to the west, that's all new as well. Just that entire, like, village is new to this version of the map. But the name is the same, Valderas. It's a quick double kill.
Moving here.
Our UAV is orbiting the area.
You might have heard the audio, the narration, the diegetic or in-universe narration in that sort of visitor's entranceway. Maybe for people who are native Spanish speakers, or at least people who are fluent in Spanish can discern what kind of accent or dialect that is.
Friendly cluster mine set.
I can give a clue as to the setting of this map. Speaking of Spanish dialects, reminds me of Resident Evil 4, the original. How people commented on the Mexican-sounding dialects of the villagers, even though the game was supposed to be set in rural Spain. It seems like the remake that comes out in like less than 2 weeks resolves that criticism. I think Leah might speak a little bit of Spanish as well. So fire stinger. Well, I get flashed. I'm a team player. Gave away my position, but in the long run, it helps my team. Again, we're up comfortably, but, you know, you want to be a good teammate, regardless of the score. And yeah, just a little garden and stone walkway around it, around the water fountain. That's new.
Hostile UAV in the area.
Yeah, this part is new. This little fountain around the fountain. Or not fountain, but like water. Portion. Player dove head first into my gunfire. I think this garden to the west, the design of it is new as well. I had footage of myself playing this map during the second beta weekend, but I deleted it a while ago. There's another double kill for me.
Friendly cruise missile inbound. We've got them on the run. Keep it up.
Using drill charge.
Be ready to deploy. Mission is complete. Good work.
Win by 30. Yeah, the courtyard is definitely more populated with artifacts. That little container is new as well. I finish the highest KDR for my team. Most of us are plus, positive.